Welcome to MD Bytes. In this video tutorial, I'm going to show you the implementation of queue data structure in Python. Here is the list of user-defined data structures in Python, and to get familiar with implementation of stack in Python, watch my previous video posted in YouTube with the title Python Stack-Python Data Structures tutorial. The next data structure type in line is queue. So this video tutorial is all about queue implementation in Python, which is the first in first out data structure type. So let me show you the graphical demonstration of queue process. For inserting the data in queue, we call it as enqueue is the process. So here you might have noticed data A has been inserted into the queue, which has been done in one end of the queue, where the deletion will be in the another end. So here already we have inserted two data, which is A and B, and now the third data C has been also inserted into the queue. And for deletion, in the other end, we apply dequeue process. So this deletes the data which has been added at the first. So that's first in, first out. Now let me start with the simple Python code for queue process. I just type from collections to import the container, and I'm going to import a module which is dequeue, which is double-ended queue, which has the feature of adding or removing elements from either end. So that's the process is going to be imported for making the queue process. So here I'm just declaring my variable or a reference, which is my queue. So this is going to be the queue here. So I'm going to assign this with the function dequeue. So the dequeue properties will be imported into here for making the queue process. So now I'm going to add an item into the queue. So this is my queue, and for adding an item, so I just go with append function. So I can just type append, and within brackets I'm going to insert a value. So this time I'm going to pass an integer value. So let me go with 100. So 100 is the first element I'm inserting into the queue. So now let me go with the second data. So I'm going to insert the next value. So again I just type my queue, and I go with a dot and append function. So this time I just enter 200. So 200 will be my second element. Now let me print the queue. So I just go with a print statement, and within brackets I'm going to mention the queue name. So my queue is the name of the variable or a reference which has been created for the dequeue function. So I'm going to execute it. So then let me look into the queue list. So the items which has been added into the queue will be now listed. So you can see dequeue 100 and 200 in the output. So these are the two elements which has been added by using append function in the queue. So now I'm going to add one more element. So I just type my underscore queue, and I'm going to add one more by using append function. So I just this time I go with 300. This will be the third element I have added into the queue. So now I have done the enqueue process, and I have also displayed the queue elements by using print statement. Now let me go for the next process, which is deletion, which I'm going to do the dequeue process. So now I go with the variable name my queue. So my underscore queue will be the variable name, and this time instead of append or pop as we did for stack, this time I go with pop left. So this pop left is the property which has been inherited from the dequeue function. So this removes the first element inserted into the queue. So now I'm going to print the queue. So I just go with print statement. You can see I'm just typing print within brackets. I just mentioned the queue name. So now I'm going to execute it. Let me press the run button. You can see the value 100 has been removed, so which is the first element inserted into the queue. Now let me insert the print statement directly in here for the pop left function, so that let me know the element which has been removed. So I want the element which has been removed should be also displayed in the output. Let me execute it. Yes, now you can see the first print statement displays all the elements, and then the second print statement, which is pop left, displays the 100 which has been removed from the queue, and the third print statement displays the list. Now let me take you to the next example in which I'm going to wrap up the classes, methods and objects for implementing queue in Python. So here again I start with from collections and import dq, which is double-ended queue, which has the feature of eliminating the elements from either end. So here I'm declaring a class with the name queue. So I have declared the class, and now I start with an constructor function for declaring the queue variable. So I just type def and I go with init and self, and I'm going to enter. So then I'm going to declare the variable for queue process. For that I just type self dot, I'm going to name the variable as queue as it is. So queue is the variable name, and I'm going to assign this with dq function. So the double-ended queue function which has been imported will be assigned to this queue variable, so that the properties of dq shall be used by this queue variable. So that's it. Now let me move to the next function. So I'm going to declare a function for inserting the data into queue. So I just type def, I go with insert. So insert is the name of a function. So here I'm going to add one variable. So the variable name is item. So since the executable statement will be passing an argument value, so that has to be received and that has to be inserted into the queue. So this time I just type self dot queue, and I'm going to append the item. So I just type dot, I go with append function, within brackets I'm going to mention the variable name, so then the item will be added into the queue. So this is done. Now we move on to the next function, which will be for deletion process. So I just type def and I'm going to name this function as delete. So since this is going to be a delete process, I'm going to name it as delete, and within brackets I'm not going to have any variable over here because this function is not going to receive any value, but I'm going to check a condition. So if length of the queue is greater than 0 or not, if this is true, then I'm going to return, which is I'm going to delete a value, else I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to check the length, is this greater than 0 or not. If it is true, then I'm going to return. So I just type return. So I go with return and a space, and I'm going to pass the push left function. So I just type self dot queue, the variable name of the queue, and then dot the push left function. So then the first item which has been added into the queue will be removed. So this is what I'm going to do if the queue has an element. If not, if the condition is false, then I go for else part. So this time I just pass return none. So I just type return space none. So we have done the function for insertion and deletion. So I'm going to do another function for string, so just to display the elements of the queue. So I go with a string function, so just like that. It should return the elements of the queue. So I just type return, within string function I'm going to pass in the queue self dot queue. So then this will return the elements of the queue for display. So that's it. I have made all the functions in the queue class for performing the queue process. Now let me go and start with the executable statements. So here I just type my queue. So this is my reference for the class queue. So this my queue is an object. So I just declare this with the class name, and I'm going to create this as an object for the class queue. And now I'm going to import all the functions in here. So I just type my queue, and this time I'm going to start with insert function, where I'm going to pass in a value to insert into the queue. So I call the insert function, I'm passing 100 as the value. So this is going to be inserted into the queue. Let me copy this and I'm going to paste it in the next couple of lines to add some more values. So I just replace this 100 to 200. So 200 will be my second element which will be inserted into the queue. The third one will be 300. So I'm going to replace this as 3. So these are the 3 elements which I'm going to pass in into the queue, and this time I'm going to print the queue. So I just type print and I'm going to call the string function. So you can see the elements are being added into the queue. So 100, 200 and 300. Now the insertion and the list of items has been displayed in the output. Let me go for the deletion process. So I just type my queue dot, this time I'm going to call delete function. I just type delete for removing the first element from the queue, and now I'm going to use the print statement again. So I just copy the print statement from here and I'm going to paste it over here. So if I do execute, I will get the elements which has been remaining in the queue. So I'm going to execute it. So let me click on the run button. So you can see the list of items now is just 200 and 300, where the element 100 has been removed already. Let me insert the print function in here in line number 20 to pass in the delete function inside this print statement, so that the removed element, the first element which has been removed from the queue, will be also displayed in the output. Now let me execute it. You can see the elements in the first 100, 200, 300 has been displayed, and this delete function brings out the 100, which is the first element, and then the third print function displays the remaining elements in the queue. So this is how the pop left function works, which we have used in the delete function. So this is how we do apply and implement queue process in Python.